Hello everyone and welcome. My name is Julia and I'm here today to do a reading for Taurus. I realise it's been a while since I've read for you, Taurus. I've kind of enjoyed doing something a bit different recently. I've been doing some pick a card readings and some tarot reviews, and I need a little bit of variety really. I don't do very well with sort of structure that's too sort of set for me really. As I've said before, this isn't my job, this is kind of my passion and my hobby. I had to retire from work a couple of years ago because I have fibromyalgia, and so this really is my hobby and my passion, and I do it when I feel like it. I do it when I've got the energy and when I feel well and guided, and I manage to get sort of, I think, 2 or 3 videos out every week, and I'm really enjoying it. I'm so grateful to everybody who's subscribed to my channel recently. So grateful to all my returning viewers, everybody who stuck with me since I started my channel last year. I think I'm coming up to about 9 months now, so I've got a lot of videos in my playlists on my channel, which, sorry, I'm distracted by my cat. He's in a funny mood this morning. He's been trying to kill anything and everything that moves. I think it's the birds in the garden that's winding him up, because there's a lot of activity, isn't there, with spring and stuff in the garden. So I think every morning all he wants to do is go out and upset the birds. So, anyway, please remember that this is a general reading, that I'm tapping into a collective here. This is not a personal energy reading. Everybody's welcome. This reading is timeless, and hopefully you'll find a message or some inspiration here. If your sun, moon, Venus or rising sign is in Taurus, I do hope that you'll find a message here. Otherwise you could have a look at one of my other readings. As I said, I've got several playlists of pick a card readings, tarot reviews, timeless readings, all sorts of things. So anyway, without further ado, I'm doing this video actually at a different time of day than I would normally, and I don't think my brain is properly awake at the moment. I can feel myself being too easily distracted by what I can see in the garden and my cat and various other things around me. I hope it will be quiet and that we won't get any distractions. So Spirit Guide, please, for Taurus, if we could have a card that might represent what's going on for Taurus at the moment, Taurus's energy, something that represents some clarity for Taurus, please. Thank you. So, we have taking risks. Wow, look at that. Taking risks. It's like this bird has just sort of taken off from one of the highest peaks there, hasn't he? And he's just soaring on the wind, on the breeze there. Is that how things feel for you at the moment, Taurus? Do you feel like maybe you're on the precipice of something? Like if you took another step, you'd be taking a risk? Are you taking a risk in your work life, your home life, your love life? Would you like to? Is it something that you've been mulling around, that you've been flirting with the idea of? Or are you actively taking risks at this time? I hope that we shall see. I hope that the cards will show us what's going on for you at the moment, Taurus. So the deck that I've just used there is my Sacred Destiny Oracle deck, which is a fairly new deck, which I have done a little video review on recently, if you'd like to look at that. And this deck here is the Tarot of Oppositions, which is another new deck to me. I realise these aren't new decks to people that are familiar with tarot and oracle cards, but they're new decks to me. So I have done some first impressions and sort of review videos of them. This card, within one card, has both shadow and light attributes, which I just think is fascinating, really, to see it all in one card. I really have enjoyed looking at these cards, and this is their first outing, actually, Taurus. You are the first person, the first people, the first collective that I'm using these cards to read for. So, spirit guides, if we could have some clear messages for Taurus, please. What does Taurus need to know at this time? If we could have some clarity and some messages for Taurus, please. Thank you. So, we have the Queen of Wands, and she's in her light attributes there, which is lovely. Sorry, I am so distracted by my cat. He's been really quite pesky at the moment. I think everything that he knows he shouldn't be doing, he's trying to do. So yeah, we have the Queen of Wands here. This is fire energy. This is Leo, Sagittarius or Aries, potentially. This is somebody magical, somebody charismatic, somebody with a lot of energy, somebody very positive. Very nice. We also have the Knight of Wands. So this is fire energy. This is the kind of I don't think he's the fastest knight of the deck, but he's certainly the most dynamic. He's certainly the most sort of go-gettery type energy of the tarot deck. Oh, and we're following that with the Three of Swords, which is in its shadow attributes here. The Three of Swords is Libra energy. This is Saturn in Libra, so this is something big actually, isn't it? This is something that has affected your mental state. This is something that has affected your mind. This is fear, isn't it? This is fear. The Three of Swords can often represent heartbreak, you know, being very, very stuck in kind of negative thinking, negative thoughts, feeling loss and sadness. And this is kind of being stuck in that place, I think, really. We also have the Queen of Swords, excuse me, in her light attributes here. So this is more air energy. This is Libra, Aquarius or Gemini. This is somebody who's concerned with doing the right thing. Somebody who's not, I wouldn't say she's much of a risk taker. If she was, it would be a very calculated, well thought out risk. We have the Knight of Swords. I have shuffled these cards extremely well. They've been shuffled several times, blessed, passed through the smoke. knocked on 3 times and then shuffled again, as you just saw. So if these cards are coming out for you, Taurus, they are for you. So this is the Knight of Swords, and this is the fastest knight in the deck. I think this is somebody that would take risks. This is somebody who could be a little bit reckless, actually, even. Somebody certainly on a mission. Certainly somebody on a mission. We have the Eight of Wands. That's lovely, the Eight of Wands. So this is Sagittarius. This is Mercury in Sagittarius. So this is things happening quickly. Again, a little bit of a feel of a reckless kind of nature about that card, with this boy here just charging on, really, with speed and kind of almost reckless speed. Yeah. Sorry, I am going to be looking at these cards quite a lot because, as I said, this is the first time that I've actually used them in a reading, and I get such a lot of my information from looking at the cards and kind of soaking up their energy. So you'll have to bear with me, Taurus. I'm just looking at him. It's like he hasn't even got his boots tied up properly there, has he? What have we got on the bottom of the deck? We have got the Three of Pentacles in its shadow attributes. So this is the Three of Pentacles. This is Capricorn. So there's some earth energy here finally, but this is Capricorn. This is things not really going well, isn't it? Things a bit neglected, things not looked after very well. You know, normally we see in the Three of Pentacles a kind of collaboration between people working together to hone a skill, to build something, to make something. And here in this card, we're just seeing a kind of neglect of things, aren't we? You know, something that could be beautiful, but it's not. Yeah, I mean, in its light attributes here, we've got what we can see here of like this skilled craftsperson, and his little workshop is tidy. He's got all his tools there, his desk. He's, you know, he's working hard. And how the card fell for you, it's like whoever was working there has just kind of deserted it, really, isn't it? Is that how you're feeling at the moment, Taurus? Because sometimes the bottom of the deck can be the things that we're not that aware of, or the things that can be actually at the very root of things, can be at the very root of things. I'm wondering here, looking at your cards, if you took a risk to do something and it just didn't go well. You might have rushed into something. Because as I said, we've got two knights here, two of the most sort of dynamic, speedy kind of knights. We've got the Eight of Wands, which is a kind of, well, it's a lot going on, isn't it? It's rushing headlong. There's not a lot of thought going on here. Yeah. In fact, yeah, I think that's the overwhelming feeling that I'm getting here looking at your cards, Taurus, is that it's like you started something, you started a venture, you maybe tried to create something, and it's it's like it's become too much for you. It's like you've become overwhelmed with it, and it's become a burden. It's become something that you're even almost frightened of, that's kind of consumed your thoughts. If we take the cards as a journey, as a process, it's like perhaps that you then have had to kind of back off a little bit to collect your thoughts. Well, no, that's not... Well, just why is the Queen of Swords here? She doesn't fit in with the rest of the energy here. What I am noticing here is that we've got no cups. We've got, what have we got? We've got 3 wands, 3 swords and a pentacle. We have got no cups. So to me, this is making me feel that there's been a lot of action, there's been a lot of doing, there's been a lot of thinking, but not necessarily positive thinking. There's been a lot of movement, even with, it's funny, isn't it? Today I was looking at my crystals to see what I was drawn to put on the table, and I picked the dragonfly, which is movement, isn't it? Flying alongside the movement and the flying of this bird here. So a lot of movement, a lot of energy, a lot of doing, a lot of trying to get something started, perhaps. But I think a lot of just feeling overwhelmed. Whatever it is that you've taken a risk over, that you've sort of plunged headlong into here, has really caused you some kind of distress, I think. But as I said, there's no cups here. There's no cups here. I wonder whether we will get any cups if we clarify these cards. It feels to me that, well, yeah, there is a feeling here that if you took a risk, that you perhaps regret it. Or that you bit off more than you could chew. If you know what I mean. Yeah, that you bit off more than you can chew. Most of your cards are in their light attributes here, which is very positive. But I'm still feeling that this has been more than you thought that it would be. It's required more effort, more chasing around than you thought that it might. Okay, so Spirit, can we clarify these messages here for Taurus, please? So why is the Queen of Wands here? We have the Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands. So this is Leo again, isn't it? This is feeling a little bit overwhelmed, isn't it? Feeling a little bit defensive. Why is the Knight of Wands here? We've got the Fool. Yeah. This is more of the same energy, isn't it? This is Uranus. This is air energy, I believe, the Fool. So this is a new start, isn't it? This is a new venture. This is something that you plunged headlong into, quite innocently, with a pure heart, with passion. You took a risk. Why is the Three of Swords here? The Empress. Blimey. This is strange old energy here. So this is Venus, this is Earth energy. This is Divine Feminine. What hasn't worked out here for you, Taurus? You know, the Empress often represents creativity and abundance, and we've got her here with the Three of Swords in its negative attributes. So there's a lot of fear around being able to manifest this new thing, this thing that you've taken a risk over. Why is the Queen of Swords here? I've got the Six of Wands. This is such confusing and interesting energy. This is Leo again. There's a lot of Leo actually here in your cards, Taurus. So the Six of Wands and the Queen of Swords. I think you'd very much like some recognition, wouldn't you, for your you would really like a victory for all of this hard work, for all of this thinking, for all of this organising, sorting out, doing. I think you would really like some sort of feedback and some reinforcement that you're on the right track, that you're doing the right thing. Why is the Knight of Swords here? We've got the Hanged Man. Blimey. This is Neptune. This is watery energy. With the Knight of Swords, who is the fastest knight of the deck, the fastest person doing something. And yet he's with the Hanged Man who's not doing anything. Oh dear. What's going on, Taurus? What is going on? So why are you hanging here at the moment? Have you been forced to slow down? Have you been forced to stop? Why are you in stasis at the moment? Or would you like to be? Perhaps all this dashing around, you'd just like to be like this. You'd like to just stop and be able to reflect and slow down and make sense of things. Distance yourself from all of this activity, distance yourself from all the aggro. Because there's a lot of aggro here, I feel. There's a lot of chaos, there's a lot of energy, a lot of drama, there's a fair bit of negativity here. From what started as a quite innocent new project, I think. It's almost like it's become a bit of a monster, really, and you're not getting what you need or what you want from it. Lastly, why is the Eight of Wands here? I am sorry if you can hear that. Somebody outside is drilling. Which is typical, isn't it? So the Eight of Wands is here with the Ace of Pentacles. I think the Ace of Pentacles is a new start, isn't it? It's a new beginning, a new manifestation within your material world. What have we got at the bottom here? We've got the Devil. This is Capricorn again. Was the Three of Pentacles was Capricorn as well, wasn't it? I think, yeah, do you know, I think, let me try to tell the story. I think that you took a risk. I think that you felt that you had all the right skills and the right mindset and the right energy to achieve something new, to build something new. And I think with a very positive and pure heart, you got out there, you started, you've tried. And I think it's just been overwhelming, to be honest. I think that you've been rushing around. I think you've been trying to use your intellect. I think you've been trying not to get drawn into the drama of it all. It's like you've tried to rise above some of that energy, but it's like it's dragged you down. It's a painful energy. I think you've been trying to achieve something for yourself that will bring you some security, that make you feel better about your future. But I think it just hasn't gone your way. I just don't see it as having gone your way, Taurus. I am sorry. If this is resonating for you and you're feeling this, I think you're feeling kind of trapped and limited and bound by this energy, by what's going on in your life. You know, the two cards that we've got at the bottom of the deck here that represent what might be at the core of this, or what might be things that are going on that you're not that conscious of. We've got this enslavement here, haven't we? Something that, you know, this can be addictions. This could be sort of workaholic kind of energy, somebody who just won't stop. But then we've also got the Three of Pentacles, which, as I said, there's all this neglect here, isn't there? That this lovely little workshop that somebody started, it's like they've just deserted it and they've gone. That it's become limiting in some way, or just too much aggro, too much hard work. The sacrifice has been too much for the reward. That might be a better way of looking at it, because we've got those kind of energies going on here as well. We've got the Six of Wands, which is very much about wanting a reward, wanting to achieve something, being victorious. And then we've also got the Hanged Man, who is a card of sacrifice, of sort of hanging there to gain some kind of enlightenment. It feels like there's been too much sacrifice for you. That whatever the risk that you took here has been too much for you. Yeah. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw one of these Angels Among Us cards, and I'm going to read from the book for this, and this will be your advice for this reading, Taurus, because I don't think I've really got anything else to say about the actual cards here. I think it's a clear picture to me. I do hope that it will resonate with some of you. Well, actually, I hope that it doesn't, because this is hard. This is things didn't pan out quite how you thought they would, or how you wanted them to. And you know, when I said before that there was no cups here, well, there's still no cups here. There's still no cards of significant emotion and emotional states here. This is all thinking and doing and being, really, but not actually feeling a great deal about it. And I think what I'm seeing here is a great deal of regret, disappointment, loss, sadness, perhaps even. Yeah. So I am sorry, Taurus. So Spirit, if I could have a card, please, for Taurus that will bring some advice for them about this situation. Thank you. Blimey. Okay. So we've got Thoth. I don't know if I've pronounced that correctly. So this is an Egyptian god, isn't it? An Egyptian deity. So this is wisdom, time, writing, and the Akashic records, which I believe is the place where all of the information and all of the knowledge in the universe is stored, isn't it? So this is a person who, this is an esoteric person. This is somebody that knows secrets, that knows the mystical workings of the world, somebody who is wise, who knows things that are more than just this kind of ordinary world. Let's see what the book says about this handsome chap here. Thoth. I do hope I've pronounced that right. You know, my ability to say words from other languages is just terrible. 34. Here we go. So, Thoth is the ancient Egyptian god of wisdom, time and writing. He's usually depicted as a man with the head of an ibis, or sometimes a baboon. He is the scribe of the Akashic records, which holds all the information about every single moment of your life, past, present and future. You can ask him to take you to the records to gain deeper insight into who you are, your life choices, your life purpose, path and past lives. He can also help you to rewrite your records, to change the course of your destiny. I expect at the moment, Taurus, that might be how you're feeling. So, there's some little bits here that talk about different aspects of your life. So I'll read them all out because some of it may resonate for you. So in love and relationships, what is coming up in your relationships may be connected to past lives. Be aware of patterns and blocks that seem to come up over and over again. In work, time management is key. You may find that you are guided to work in areas that involve writing or translation. Home. Organise your bookshelves and reading spaces. Remove clocks from spaces where you want time to slow down. Money. Your money blocks or challenges may be related to a past life. Take some time to explore this through meditation or journaling. Well-being. One of the best ways to slow down time is to go slower. Slow down, do less, and enjoy the journey. Spirituality. Ask for permission to enter your Akashic records in meditation. Ask Thoth to be with you and ask to be shown what you most need to see that will help you on your highest path in this lifetime. Call on him for assistance with rewriting old thoughts and beliefs about yourself, for reading, writing, working with time, having more of it, slowing down, understanding ancient or foreign languages, and you can embody the energy of Thoth by writing your own story, rewriting your past, and changing your destiny. By making wise decisions and by working with the Akashic records to heal the past and clear your karma. So I don't know about you, Taurus, but the biggest thing that I got out of reading this little book here for you and looking at this card is that this is a card very much of time. And in our modern day worlds, of time management, of slowing down, of taking more time. And I think that out of all of this is good advice for you, because there's a lot of movement in your cards here of one kind or another, some of it quite speedy, kind of rushing, perhaps reckless even movement. And this card is really about slowing down, about being more reflective, about taking time, making wise decisions. And I think, looking at your cards here, Taurus, you perhaps have come to a time in your life where you do need to look at the patterns and the cycles within your life. This might be a good time to ask your spirit guides for help, for assistance, at looking at why you make certain choices, why you do certain things in life, why things have come to pass in the way that they have for you. I think it's important that you try to get in touch with your feelings around these areas, because as I said, we've got no cups here. But yeah, I wish you much luck with that, Taurus. I really hope that things work out for you. I hope that you find some peace in your life, and I hope that things slow down for you, actually, more than anything. I hope that things slow down for you and you can get some perspective and start to sort things out here for you, for yourself. Anyway, if you enjoyed this reading, if you got something out of it, it would be fantastic if you would give me a thumbs up. And please do subscribe to my channel. If you haven't done so already, I would feel really blessed to have you as one of my regular subscribers and one of my regular viewers. And hopefully I'll be back to see you again soon. I think I'll be doing a pick a card reading perhaps this weekend. I'm not sure, but anyway, thanks for being here. Thanks for being here through till the end. And look after yourself, Taurus, and I'll see you again. Thank you.